All right, check this out. Caught this off Twitter here, courtesy of Joanna Stern. iOS 13.5, aka iOS coronavirus update, is out with faster mask unlocking features and exposure notification app support. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about a point release. Joanna Stern, she's just tickled pink. She's never been so excited. Her whole life, she's been waiting for this moment, waiting for the contact tracing apps, waiting for the face unlocking through face mask tech to come forward. She's just been so excited about this, and of course she has to share it on the Wall Street Journal here. Apple's iOS 13.5 update addresses iPhone coronavirus gripes. See? This is it. We all have coronavirus gripes. My phone isn't surveying me enough. How do I know that I'm being tracked properly? You know what? I find that my phone won't open properly when I have a mask on. This needs to be fixed. Including mask issues. The latest version includes features like faster unlocking by people wearing face masks, COVID-19 exposure notification app support, and improved group FaceTime calling. Of course, FaceTime mask time. And everybody put on your mask. It's FaceTime or mask time. Just dial 666 here. Joanna Stern, the iOS update is available for your iPhone and is ready to install. That's what the iOS 13.5 notification should say when it pops up on your iPhone the next few days. On Wednesday, Apple and, oh yeah, thanks for giving us the stock report, released an update to its iPhone and iPad software that addresses some of the issues that yes, you know it, all of us. All of us. I mean, anybody that's reading this article, we all have the same hive mind, right? We all think the same, unless, of course, we're Trump supporters, and then we're the worst people on the planet. We're probably white. But some of the issues that we've complained about during our lockdown lives. Lockdown lives. Look at this. Lockdown lives. Oh, just everybody. Just embrace the New World Order. Do as you're told. Wear a mask. Act like an idiot. Stay quarantined. Get the Bill Gates tattoo. Demand mandatory vaccines. Lightning quick. Warp speed. Right? It's just insanity. For one, it's speeding up Face ID unlocking for iPhone users wearing protective mask. It's also an important tweak to group FaceTime calls. It's not a huge update by any measures, but it should be useful. It's the most exciting thing that's ever happened in your life, isn't it, Joanna? I mean, you just said this is the greatest thing ever. I've been testing the beta version. You don't say. I wonder why you get to test the beta version for the last couple of weeks without any issue. No battery life hit or performance slowdowns. Translation, download it. It's good for you. When you download it, here are the 3 big things you need to know, and here, of course, is the face unlock. Now, Apple's ID won't suddenly recognize you when you're wearing a mask, an issue I wrote about weeks ago. Just a horrible gripe that everybody has. But it does make it easier to input your passcode. As you swipe to lock down the screen, the instant the software detects that your face is blocked by a mask, it pops a passcode screen. The new algorithms are designed to work with most masks that cover a nose and mouth. Previously, Face ID tried multiple times to read your face, so you had a lag before you can input your code. And I've talked about this ever since it came out. I said this is insanity. People using facial ID to open up their own frickin' stupid ass phone. I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever, right? Using Face ID. I mean, here you go. The end of privacy, the end of everything that that would protect you and keep you free. And here you've got your own phone. So you just picture this. Imagine going back to 1950, and to answer the phone, you had to show your face to some computer or something like that, and people would just be outraged and freak out. But this is what people do now, and now people are complaining because they're wearing a mask, and now the facial ID can't identify them because they got the mask on, and that prevents them from answering the phone or opening the phone to be able to use it and all that. It's just hilarious. And so now they've got the quick fix solution that they brought in. And it's helpful when using my Apple Pay at stores. I'm hoping to get a mask made in the shape of my face so I can creep everyone out. I'm sure you already do. Let's just see this here. Where's the sound? Well, maybe I don't have my stereo on. I don't. Look at this. Look at this idiocy. Can't unlock your phone. You talk about the problems of the first world and these retards. You know, they can't unlock their phone. It's like how many Wall Street Journal employees does it take to screw in a light bulb? It probably takes like half a dozen or so, you know, because somebody has to open the app to get the instructions, and somebody else has to, you know, find the chair for somebody else to stand on, and because, you know, they're too weak or they're too old or they're too crippled to get up there. And then they have to have somebody that knows the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise, or they have to have somebody drawing on a blackboard. This is clockwise, but it's upside down. I don't know if I can understand it because, you know, you'd need quite a few Wall Street Journal employees to screw in a light bulb. There's no question about that. But let's listen into what they say here. This is the gay music. Here you go.
You did not type in anything there. Let's do it again.
Okay, I'm thinking this scene needs a bit of explaining. So you've probably noticed we're all wearing
You're thinking
masks
needs a bit of explaining. Yeah, it does, because you're in your fucking stupid ass apartment, your little freaking stupid box, and you're wearing a mask. So are you protecting yourself from yourself? Are you protecting your furniture from your Kobe? Is that what it is?
Let's do it again.
Okay, I'm thinking this scene needs a bit of explaining. So you've probably noticed we're all wearing masks because, well...
I'm not.
You must wear a mask.
Mask.
Everywhere you go.
But one slight problem I realized. Apple's Face Unlock feature, aka Face ID, doesn't let you
You've
into
got
your
the
phone
rainbow.
when a mask is covering your nose and mouth. Mask number 1, believe me, I've tried many, many masks.
Maybe those masks can't fit over that nose. I don't know.
Mask and tried retraining the whole system many
retraining
times.
it.
Nope, not letting me in. That's when I came across...
I'm Danielle Baskin.
And what do you do?
I'm a product designer.
What are you talking about with me today?
Faces on masks because she had heard about that Face ID and mask issue. There was just one slight
Why do we have a planet with these types of people on it? I mean, seriously, how is it that we've gotten so incredibly stupid that people like this actually have a job? It's unbelievable. Of course, it's the New World Order, but I mean, look at the insanity that they're trying to push on us here.
That actually has a contour of your face that can work with Face ID.
And does that work?
Yes, it works.
I had to see it to believe it. And since I'm sheltering in place in New Jersey and Danielle is in San Francisco, I made her demonstrate it via video chat. A lot. I even made her get out a mirror to make sure I wasn't being played.
Is this good? That's way better. Well, I believe you now.
It wasn't exactly easy to make.
Look at that, too. I mean, seriously. Look at the insanity that they're making people do. This is the whole thing, though. Everyone should just throw away their smartphones. No contact tracing, no government tracing, no corporate New World Order tracing, none of this garbage, no customized face mask. Of course, they want you to embrace the mask culture. They want it to stay. And all the insanity that they're going to do, just if you want to go to a restaurant or you want to get on an airplane or you want to go in a movie theater, you're seeing how it's all the new normal, the new world normal that they're imposing upon all of us because of their scamdemic. And these are the types of theatrics that they're up to. And less annoying FaceTime, constantly ballooning and resizing FaceTime boxes and group calls. I mean, these are just the stupidest things. Support for exposure notification. Of course, they throw this at the end. But this is your contact tracing. Here it is. How contact tracing apps work. I'll show you.
COVID weapon.
And you see, how does it work? And they do this on YouTube. They do it all over, where they put you in the mind, or they retard you and put you in a child mindset, right? Like ASAP Science and stuff like that, where they do little cartoon drawings and stuff. Because they look at the sheeple as being absolute retards, because that's the way that they made them, basically. So they're using games here, and they're using like 8-bit style type Nintendo games to say, this is how you do it. Choose your weapon, right? Choose your upgrade. Choose your defense shield. Choose your weapon.
Welcome to COVID Trail.
COVID Trail. I'm sure Faceless Propaganda can't wait to play that one. His favorite game, of course, Oregon Trail. And then here you go. Is this your character here? Yes, you're Joanna Stern. Yeah, she looks better looking in her 8-bit.
The mission? To see if our smartphones can help us slow the spread of coronavirus once we can finally leave the house again. Yeah, I've been stuck at home for too long playing video games.
None of us should be listening to any of these people. All these people should be arrested. There's nothing is legal about what they've done. This whole scamdemic, this whole lockdown violates every constitutional right that we have. And this is the scam of the century. So none of us, this is the whole thing. They are doing this because people are dumb. Because people don't realize that they have no right to do this. So people are doing what they're told. Lockstep sort of thing, right? And here's this clown pretending she's playing video games here.
Tracing with a controller. Many states, app developers, and tech companies are working on contact tracing apps or exposure notification apps. Using either Bluetooth or location services on your phone, these apps aim to help us record who we've been in contact with. If people in close proximity...
And all you gotta say is this, right?
We can then
what is journalism? Isn't journalism you're supposed to be biased or an unbiased, pardon me? Aren't you supposed to be like, I don't know if I can trust anything because I have to do the research and ask all the questions and do all, the investigative journalism to come to the answer and then present it in a completely non-biased way. This is what these corporations are involved. This is what these governments are proposing, things like that, and then leave it up to the viewers. But instead, no, they're making, so you see the Wall Street Journal is just propaganda, 110% New World Order propaganda. They're actually trying to convince you that this is exactly what needs to happen. In fact, they're every bit a part of this, as you could say Apple, Google, and the government itself. The corporatocracy that runs this New World Order. So this is just look at the diverse hands they've got holding up the phones here.
Self-isolate to slow the spread. One of the main goals of these apps, help the human contact tracers. These public health
300,000.
Ask infected patients where they've been and who they've interacted with.
There you go.
Then they track them down and tell them about their exposure to the virus and recommend quarantining. But can this really work? First, let me explain the technology. Then,
can
how
we fix your program here?
Situations might play out. Then we'll talk about how this all might be a long shot.
Look at this crap.
Here's your first task. Download the contact tracing app.
Nope.
This is all optional. You aren't forced to turn it on if you don't want to.
Oh, yeah?
Technologies can be used to track what people you come in contact with. Bluetooth and location. Bluetooth is beginning the
And again, like they say it's optional and you don't have to, but of course they're making it mandatory in places like Australia, New Zealand, and other places around the world. In fact, a lot of places now are forcing people to sign in or use their apps to get in the store. And we showed in New Zealand the other day the guy that they wouldn't give access to the store unless he signed in, basically, to let the government know that he had been shopping at such and such a store at such and such a time, sort of thing. This is all the bigger whole thing, of course, is to be able to track every single human being on the planet. And they have to do this sort of incrementally to get us used to it. Of course, they want it in our body. They want the Bill Gates, Luciferase sort of tattoos in us so that we never have freedom and independence ever again, sort of thing. But, yeah, here they are, and this is how they're doing it. And they got Apple and Google here teaming up, of course.
Attention, since Google and Apple have put their support behind it, teaming up to make a privacy-focused solution that works between iPhones and Android phones. Eventually, iOS and Android will be able to provide Bluetooth exposure notifications without you needing to download an app.
And one thing I was going to say, too, about this is that think about this hypothetically just for a second. I know none of you people are foolish enough to download this crap and use it. And I imagine that there may be a scenario where you have no choice. If you've got a family, you got to go shopping, and you're in that situation. Maybe you are in New Zealand or something like that, right? You should never comply, but if you absolutely have to, that's up to you. The thing is that why would anybody voluntarily do this? Like, what benefit do you get? You get zero benefit. Because what's going to happen if of course, they, determine that you have been in contact or you were somewhere. You were at such and such a grocery Tuesday afternoon, 1:40 p.m. You were at this grocery at this time. Somebody there had contact tracing. Then all of a sudden, at your door. What do you get? What's the benefit? Hey, Jeff C., what do I get? I did my job. I got the contact tracing app. I did exactly what the government says. I went around. I allowed myself to be tracked. What's the benefit? Well, now you're going to be forced to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks in your home. You're not allowed to leave. Oh, congratulations. Thank God you downloaded the app. And that's just the start of it, because what if, of course, they're not convinced because you were at such and such a grocer at such and such a time, right? And they determined that somebody there had the COVID. So now you have to be tested, first and foremost. You have to be quarantined. You have to get the waxing because now you have been identified as being at such and such a place, and this will carry with you for the rest of your lives. Because they'll say that person was at that grocer at that certain time, and we determined that somebody was there, and therefore they may have the virus or may, so they're going to force you to get vaccinated. They're going to force you to get tested and vaccinated without a doubt with this. So there's no benefit to any human being using this. In fact, it's all negative. Nobody should ever use this. Everyone should just throw away their smartphones right now. Take a freaking mallet, smash the freaking thing. Free yourself of this garbage, right? And end this lockdown. Just get out and get back to work and get back to life and stop the madness. Because if all of us just stood up to this, none of it would fly. But look at how they're doing the whole thing. I mean, like, how is this beneficial for any of us? It's not. That's the reality. Nobody's going to benefit. It's not like they're even offering some sort of reward. Of course, the contact tracers are getting $65,000 a year, and they're going to hire 300,000 of them just in the United States alone, sort of thing, right? With the HR 6666, because they just love to rub it in our faces. But for the average person to use a contact tracing app, you're going to get zero benefit. All you're going to do is you're going to be tracked. And then what's the result of you being tracked? Well, if you're at such and such a place, and they could just arbitrarily say, well, maybe they don't like you. Maybe they don't like your social media post. Maybe they can just say, well, somebody there had COVID, so now you're getting tested. Now you're getting the freaking waxing, right? You see how this works? And they want to sell it to you, so they dumb it down, and they put it in a stupid freaking video game thing because that's how they want your mind. They want you to be a hive mind. That's why when they use the type of language that they use like this, like addresses some of the issues we've complained about. What do you mean we? Did I frickin' write this article? Am I here writing it next to you? Joanna Stern? What do I have to do with what you're saying? I'm not part of your hive mind New World Order collective bullcrap, right? But this goes to show you exactly the methods that are being used to program people into accepting this surveillance state. It's so utterly evil, and these people need to face justice for what they're involved in. This is the most evil plot in human history.
Coffee shop nearby has reopened. Ready to see how Bluetooth works in this situation? So here we are. Your phone constantly broadcasts via Bluetooth a unique string of numbers. Think of it like unique tokens. Your phone is also listening for those tokens.
Just think of it like it's a video game. That's all you gotta do.
If two phones are in close proximity for about 5 minutes or more, they receive each other's tokens and securely store it on the phone.
It's all secure, guys. Don't worry. They're not
As
gonna
you
track
go through your
anybody.
day and spend time near people, you collect other tokens.
Yay, get all
and
these
others
tokens.
collect
That's what you
yours.
get. Oh, you see, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. Totally wrong about everything. I said you're not going to get any rewards for allowing yourself to be traced by the corporatocracy, by the New World Order. Oh, I was wrong, of course. You're going to get these virtual tokens. You see the tokens? Ding, ding. Look at this. You get anybody. Yay. Isn't it interesting, too? They're Bluetooth tokens.
Other tokens, and others collect yours. Sadly, someone you were near tested positive for COVID.
Oh, there you go. Ah, no.
Once the public health authority has verified that, this person's app reflects
There you
this
go.
and uploads the tokens shared with other people near them. Then your app downloads tokens periodically to check for a match.
Hey, Joanna, do you know that you are an absolute shill of this new world? Of course you do. But you believe that you're partaking in this type. This is not journalism, folks. It's not even remotely journalism. It's propaganda. It's designed to get you to do what they want you to do. There's nothing here that's even remotely journalistic. This is all programming, 110%. It's shameful, too. It's so over the top.
If you have one of those tokens, the app will notify you that you were near someone who tested positive
There you
for
go.
COVID. Ready to see how location works in this situation?
Yeah, let's see.
Some apps record a timestamp list of everywhere you've been.
There you
This
go.
wouldn't be able to help with knowing who
Everywhere.
you were next to, but where you were. The trail of your movements can give context.
And again, think
If
about
somebody
this
were near
too.
tested
Think
positive
about
for
this
COVID
too.
later-
Think about this too. Because it doesn't, you see how it works too? So somebody could have gone to a cafe and had, allegedly, the Kobe, right? And then you went to a grocer. You didn't even come in contact with it. And you went to a grocer, right? Or you went to a bakery. Okay, so let's just say somebody went to a cafe across the town, all the way across the city. Somebody allegedly went to, and you know how authentic the whole Kobe thing is, right? Of course. But let's just say somebody on the other side of town went to a cafe, and then you went up to your local bakery. And you think, well, if somebody went to a cafe right across town, and they had Kobe, and I went to my bakery, there's no way that there can be any way trace to that. But what if all the people that were at that cafe all went to different places, multiple places, and every one of those places that all those people that were allegedly at that place at the window of time that they determined and all that, and all the people that they've had interactions with are now all contact traced, and every location that they've frequented. So you might have somebody at a cafe across the town, and some old woman might have went to a park and had a conversation with the guy, who went to the grocer, and then that guy at the grocer might have dealt with somebody who was in the line that went to the bakery, and then you went to the bakery. You see how the whole thing works? So basically, you could have one frickin' turd, allegedly, and I mean that in massive quotation marks, that has Kobe on the other side of town, and they could lock up gazillions, or they could force quarantine gazillions of people based on this. It's so evil what they're doing, folks. I hope everyone understands this.
They would share their location trail with contact tracers to help track down other people you may have come in contact with. If used alongside Bluetooth, it could also give context to those notifications. There are a lot more privacy worries when it comes to location data. It makes sense.
Can you
They
stick
tie
that
US
controller
location
somewhere,
and
please?
time. In fact, Apple and Google say that app makers who want to
Why does the 8-bit version of you look nothing like you? Are you trying to flatter yourself in the video game?
cannot use location services. But would you need both Bluetooth and location in real-world situations?
Choose level. There you
If
go.
you breezed by someone in an aisle or even stood near someone for a few minutes, Bluetooth wouldn't capture it. Location data wouldn't capture your indoor location, but it would show you were at the store.
There you
which
go.
could be helpful to you or a contact tracer for retracing your steps. Plus, if multiple people tested positive in that area, public health authorities could mandate cleaning the location.
Choose level.
If you were surrounded by dozens of people on a train or plane, Bluetooth tokens would do their thing. Location likely wouldn't be accurate or even picked up if you didn't have service. Bluetooth would do the trick if someone seated near you reports testing positive, although here location would also be helpful. It seems like a pretty big long shot for all of that to work. First, people need to be okay with the privacy trade-offs. Apple's Bluetooth platform seems to be the most privacy-respecting choice.
Oh, it's
Engineered
so
to not reveal
respecting.
any personal information, and for most of your info to stay on the phone.
Unbelievable.
Each state will decide
Unbelievable.
which app it releases and what technology is used. For instance, Utah's Healthy Together
Hey, guy, flatten the curve, guy.
location services to collect where you were, but also requires your name and phone number. The maker of the app says this is so health officials can get in touch with those who test positive. It says all data is deleted after 30 days.
Ah, yeah, third
Apple and Google
is,
Bluetooth
third guy.
technology should start to show up in apps.
Yo, they love each other.
The even bigger hurdle? That the vast majority of people need to participate for
There
that
you
Bluetooth
go.
app to work.
There you
Nobody
go.
on the train or coffee shop has the app.
You
It
need
won't do any
60,
good.
60%.
And then there's a chance of false positives and for the tech to just not work. Plus, we need widespread testing and people to be
There you
honest
go.
and report if they're sick.
There you go.
So yes, your smartphone may be a weapon in this fight, and it may help those.
But it's
human
not enough.
contact tracers.
You're gonna need
But
more.
a lot has to happen for you to win the game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just shameful. I hope people like you face justice. I hope that we stop what is going on. and that we reveal all the propagandists that were involved in this scamdemic, and look at the insanity. Look at the levels of production that they go through to try to sell you this stuff. It's just shameful. It's just disgusting, Wall Street Journal. I mean, you're just a disgusting rag, toilet paper. That's what you are. And your employees are shameful, and they're shilling. They're shilling for New World Order surveillance, full spectrum lockdown, lockstep grid is what they want. They want us all to be surveyed to the end of time, and it'll only get worse with each incoming wave as they move forward. And they're getting you acclimatized to this, and this is why they use the games and stuff like this, because they know that this is, you know, the suspended childhood, dumbing people down. They want you to be nice and stupid, you know, just smart enough to download the app, but stupid enough to not realize how you're living in a surveillance state and how evil this is and how destructive this is for the future of humanity. Very, very evil what's going on. Shameful, disgusting article here. And again, it's not just an article. You think, well, it's a tweet, it's an article. Nah, look at, they do a whole video game production. I don't know how much work it goes into this, but you can tell there's actually quite a bit, obviously, that they're doing to try to sell you to embrace this whole surveillance state. Very, very evil what's going on. I have no qualms whatsoever in calling it out. Everyone needs to stand up against this crap. And we cannot trust the government. We cannot trust the big tech corporations. And we certainly can't trust our media at all. And people need to stand up and call this SHIT out. This is outrageous what is going on. And we cannot allow ourselves to live in a prison planet. This is where they want to take us, and they want us to all embrace the big government nanny state surveillance grid that they want to roll out. So anyways, thanks for taking the time to listen to this. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe you can come and support me. Follow the link in the description to my Patreon. It's really, really important if people can support the work that I do, because we're always demonetized, not allowed to make any money whatsoever. So if you can, you like the show, come and support me. And I'm going to be going live later tonight, probably around 8 p.m. Eastern. So I've got a lot of stuff that I prepared for it. So a big show tonight. Really looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to reading all your comments and seeing what you think about this. And what are your suggestions for standing up to this? How do we reach the plebs, all the people, the sheeple, if you will, and stop them from partaking in these things? Because it does become, you know, very daunting when you get most people to go into lockstep, because then those people that refuse to go into lockstep are ostracized, and they are forbidden access, and they are denied services, and they're denied, you know, entry into buildings and shopping districts and stuff like that. That's how they're doing it. And all of it is an egregious assault on all our constitutional rights. There's no way that any of this is even remotely legal, and it needs to be challenged in the highest courts. We need to stand up to this. Absolutely need to stand up to this. It's just madness. What do you think about people like Joanna Stern here too, right? What do you think about this type of insanity? The iOS 13.5 update. And you know how it works with Apple. They just keep notifying you over and over and over again. Every time you open up your device, you get the notification. Yeah, 13.5 now available, has strong security features, strongly done, you know, and they just keep peppering you over and over again until you comply. If you use these devices, use a sticker, put a sticker over the face or the camera and stuff like that. Don't allow yourself ever to be surveyed by the New World Order. Leave your phone at home if you've got one, or get a little Faraday pouch and stick it in that. I know a lot of people, you go around in a car and stuff like that, you got to have your phone. Well, you take little steps to stop the tracking. Once they get the 5G totally rolled out, they're going to have us in a full surveillance spectrum. We won't be able to take a shit without them knowing, sort of thing. They'll be able to look through our walls. They'll be able to monitor and see everything that you're doing. And if people beg for it, it's like the people that putting the Alexas and stuff in their family rooms and their freaking bedrooms and stuff like that. I mean, people are begging for the nanny state to take care of them. Just insanity. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, do come in and watch the show tonight and support me if you can. You guys are awesome. Really awesome. I hope you're having a great day. And I mean, the weather's beautiful here. I got a lot of work to do. So hope you're getting some nice sunshine, getting out. Do not wear a mask. Do not comply. Do not do what these scumbags want you to do. Much love. See you on the next one, folks. All the best.